What's up, guys? It's me, Pablito, again. Don't forget about our live stream on Sunday, June 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't left your best life hack yet in the comment section, be sure to do it with the hashtag livestream for your chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So see you guys on Sunday, June 10th, 7 p.m.
Here are a few of the most impressive man-made structures. Number 10. The Bailong Elevator. If you're a person who fears heights, maybe this elevator isn't for you. The Bailong Elevator is composed of 3 glass elevators located in China's Hunan province. They each carry about 50 tourists up more than 1,000 feet up the side of a massive sandstone column. The Bailong Elevator, which essentially translates to the 100 Dragons Elevator, offers tourists amazing views of the valley below. The construction of this elevator started in 1999 and finished 3 years later. At the time, it received a lot of criticism from environmentalists and other activists. They claim that it was a crime to build anything, much less a giant steel elevator, in the middle of a World Heritage Site. The whole structure had to be dug right into the quartz column, chosen for its stability and endurance to earthquakes. Those in favor of the project said the elevators actually saved the mountain, the trails, from excess traffic that would have been created because of the number of tourists visiting the mountain range. One thing that's certain, whether you support it or not, is that the elevator receives around 5 million visitors per year. What do you guys think about integrating modern technology with nature? Let us know in the comments, and also do us a big favor and hit that like button. Number 9. LANGKAWI Sky Bridge. Picture a place where you're suspended halfway between the sky and the sea, with incredible views of the mountain and the beach way below you. That's what you get from the LANGKAWI Sky Bridge. LANGKAWI is a cluster of islands around 18 miles off the coast of northwestern Malaysia in the Andaman Sea. The main island is home to Mount Mat Chinkang Geopark. Right at the top of the mountain is the LANGKAWI Sky Bridge, a footbridge with an amazing view. The Sky Bridge is a suspended bridge made of steel that's supported by a single pylon in the middle. The bridge is around 410 feet long and it hangs roughly 2,300 feet in the air. It was carefully designed so that it would be stable enough to be that high. That's why the Sky Bridge has the particular curved shape. The hardest part wasn't the design itself, of course, but the installation. The pieces were all fabricated at ground level and then flown to the top of the mountains by helicopter where it was assembled. The best part about the bridge? Well, there's a 33-foot-long glass walkway in the middle span that lets visitors look down below from where they stand. Number 8. Channel Tunnel. The Channel Tunnel, also known as the Eurotunnel, is a rail tunnel between England and France. The Eurotunnel is roughly 31 miles long and it runs beneath the English Channel, around 165 feet under the seabed. It takes an average of 35 minutes to travel its length, all of it underwater. Although the Eurotunnel officially started operations in 1994, there had been plans to build this kind of structure for over a century. Back in the 19th century, there were several engineers proposing to build a gigantic bridge over the channel. However, England and France didn't want to spend the money for this kind of project at the time, so it was postponed. And then there were the World Wars, so of course plans for the tunnels were again shelved. There were other causes for delays, but we're not going to bore you guys with all the details. Finally, in 1988, construction on the tunnel finally began. When the tunnel was finished, the American Society of Civil Engineers elected it as one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. The Channel Tunnel is the 11th longest tunnel in use in the world. The Eurotunnel is actually 3 different tunnels running alongside each other. 2 are for trains, and the 3rd tunnel is a smaller service tunnel that can also be used for emergencies. Number 7. GCANS Project. The GCANS project is the world's largest underground flood water diversion facility. The official name for this project is the Metropolitan Area Outer Underground Discharge Channel. Try saying that 5 times fast. Anyways, this project was designed to protect the city from floods during the heavy rainfall season and possible typhoons hitting the island. Tokyo has 5 great rivers running through it, so when they overflow, the whole city is in danger. With this scenario in mind, GCANS was created. With construction beginning in 1992 and completing in 2009, the project is able to channel the overflowing waters from the rivers within Tokyo to 5 silos through tunnels. The water is channeled to great storage tanks and later pumped out into the Etagawa River, located at a lower altitude. The GCAN's greatest engineering feature is definitely the storage tank, popularly called the underground temple. This tank is around 83 feet high and about 580 feet long. Inside there are 59 pillars, each of them around 65 feet tall and weighing 500 tons. If you want to visit, you actually can do so during the dry season. Tourists are allowed inside this giant vault, which can be accessed through very steep staircases. Number 6. Large Hadron Collider. Although not many people may realize it, the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC for short, is one of the greatest and most important engineering achievements of all time. It's the most complex experimental facility ever built and the largest single machine in the world. Do we need to say that it's the largest and most powerful particle accelerator ever? Located on the border between France and Switzerland, the LHC is essentially a ring buried 574 feet underground. The collider has been up and running since 2009. The aim of the LHC is to allow physicists to test the predictions of different theories of particle physics, including the deep structure of space and time, and in particular, the interrelation between quantum mechanics and general relativity. Other questions to solve include what's the composition of dark matter and do other dimensions exist? Even if the LHC never gets any results, part of the job is done. The collider is truly an international effort with more than 10,000 scientists from different nations coming together to learn more about the universe. Number 5. Taipei 101. Taipei 101 is one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world. In fact, it was the tallest building in the world before the Burj Khalifa took over the title. The height of 101 floors commemorates the renewal of time, a symbol of the new century as well as millennium that arrived as the tower was being built. The extra one was for all the new years to follow. The extra one also symbolizes Taiwan's high ideal of going one further than 100, a traditional number of perfection. This skyscraper was built in Taiwan's capital city of Taipei, a city that was built right on top of multiple seismic faults. This means that a building skyscraper that's one of the most stable skyscrapers ever built was a must because of the constant earthquakes, not to mention the typhoons in Taipei. Taipei 101 is one of the biggest achievements in disaster prevention engineering as it combines strength and flexibility. At the very center of the tower, there's a gigantic pendulum that swings in the opposite direction of the sway of the building, preventing it from swaying too far. Taipei 101 is able to withstand winds of up to 134 miles per hour and earthquakes of a magnitude of 9.0. Let's hope Taipei 101 won't have to put those ratings to the test. Number 4. Bagger 288. What's heavier than the Eiffel Tower, taller than the Statue of Liberty, moves at half a mile per hour, and can harvest 240,000 tons of fuel a day? A bucket wheel excavator. At the moment of its creation in 1978, the Bagger 288 was the heaviest land vehicle in the world at roughly 13,500 tons. Now, 40 years later, it's still one of the most stunning man-made structures. Sibling vehicles have been built, such as the larger Bagger 293. The Bagger 288 has been featured several times in movies such as the blockbuster The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, or in the popular HBO series Westworld. These machines work in open-pit mines. They have a revolving wheel of buckets that are used as shovels to continually shift dirt. In only one day, a Bagger 288 can shift 8.5 million cubic feet of dirt. However much dirt that it can move around, it's still amazing to see such a large machine in motion. Number 3. Hong Kong to ZHUHAI to MACAU Sea Bridge. Connecting the relatively small city of ZHUHAI and the two special administrative regions of Macau and Hong Kong, this bridge will be the world's longest sea bridge ever built. Although construction has finished, the Hong Kong ZHUHAI Macau Bridge still isn't open to the public just yet. The bridge is 34 miles long at a cost of around $7.5 billion. The bridge contains enough steel to build 60 Eiffel Towers, and it took longer than it would have to actually build that many Eiffel Towers, one after another. This has been a very ambitious project, but many critics aren't entirely sure how much good it'll do for the region itself. Many people think it's just a big waste of money. Up until this point, traveling from Macau to Hong Kong takes just around roughly an hour on the ferry. With the new bridge, it'll take around 30 minutes. But does the time saved mean that more people will be traveling between the mainland and Hong Kong Island? All that discussion doesn't matter now, as the bridge is set to open on July 1st, 2018, almost 2 years later than the original date. After several lawsuits, delays, and budget overruns, the Hong Kong ZHUHAI MACAU Bridge is finally almost ready to open. Number 2. Magdeburg Water Bridge. There's nothing in the world quite like Magdeburg Water Bridge. It really, honestly, shouldn't even be called a water bridge because, really, what does that actually mean? The Magdeburg Bridge is really a big aqueduct connecting the Elbe-Havel Canal to the Midland Canal. The Elbe-Havel Canal and the Midland Canal have been used by cargo ships for many years. But before the Magdeburg Bridge existed, the ships coming from the Midland Canal had to take the Elbe River for a little under 7.5 miles until they could enter the Elbe-Havel Canal and continue on their way. That, of course, meant a lot of time wasted. However, some clever engineers designed an aqueduct that connected the two canals without interfering with the Elbe River at all. The Magdeburg is the longest navigable aqueduct in the world, being a little over 3,000 feet long. It was opened in 2003, and since then it has improved commerce within the EU, as these canals are a link in a vast chain of waterways across Europe. Number 1. Three Gorges Dam. The Three Gorges Dam is the world's largest hydroelectric project. The dam is so big, it actually slows down Earth's rotation, although it's only by a few milliseconds. Located in China, it cost the government about $23 billion according to official figures, but experts say that it probably cost twice that number. From the very beginning, back in 1994, the Three Gorges Dam was considered an ambitious project. Construction finally finished in 2006 when the damming of the Yangtze River was successfully complete. The Three Gorges Dam is 2,335 feet long and has a maximum height of 607 feet. For the project, at least 28 million cubic meters of concrete was used, along with more than 400,000 metric tons of steel. However, the Three Gorges Dam has received some pretty harsh criticism. The main goal of the dam was to produce pollution-free electric power. But in order to do this, the project threatens and even harms the environment in other ways. By damming the river, some areas don't get enough water, as previously green areas have become desolate. On top of that, fish stocks in the Yangtze River have declined rapidly since the dam was built. However, the dam did generate 97.6 terawatt-hours of electricity in 2017, more than France's entire yearly renewable energy output, and exceeding the project's original goal. Here's what's next. Rock, mostly known for its strong green color, which is featured prominently in ancient Asian art. Jade is actually a generic term for two different gemstones, nephrite and jadeite. Although deep and bright green jadeite is better known in Europe, for most of China's history, jade has come in a variety of colors and white mutton fat.